I live in Vancouver, and at about 6 o'clock this morning, I was sleeping. My phone pinged beside my bed. I looked at it. It was one of my relatives saying, when you get up, don't look at the news. Don't do what you normally do. Don't scroll on any news. Don't turn on your TV. Just look at cat videos, because we're huge cat people in our family, and they make us happy. And so I immediately, of course, started looking at the news as I was making my coffee, and I see this, that Trump has threatened 100% tariffs against all Canadian goods because Governor Carney, that bullshit again, has made a deal with China. And it's clear that these things happen in the middle of the night. He's probably now sort of thinking, ruminating over Carney's speech and maybe his own failure as a leader in terms of his economic situation, the security woes in the States, as well as his polling numbers. I don't know. And I felt, for a moment, I felt just despair. I thought, what are we going to do here? And what if he does that? And then I started watching some economists on TV this morning saying what Carney needs to do is to go even faster to try and make these, and harder to make these trade deals that he's been in the process of making, because that is the right way to go. We need to, as much as possible, move away from the United States because we can't control what this idiot does. And not one of those economists, I think there were 3 on the panel, recommended that Carney in any way capitulate to Trump or try to butter him up. And again, this is exactly what Carney was talking about in Davos. So it was interesting to see the recommendations of again, people who are high-level economists. And I thought to myself, how do I deal with this or cope with this? Because I can imagine that people are just like myself, that you feel on some level a bit of despair because our entire view of the world and our security in Canada, I mean our personal security, I feel has been really threatened over the last year, and I feel that. And then my relative and I were talking about it, and for me, it is to stick with our values, to keep very resolute about our support of Canada, our support of what Mark Carney is doing. He's under huge pressure internally from factions that want to destroy Canada in Alberta, in Quebec, from external sources. And so he's got a lot on his plate, and I support him 100%, and I will continue to do so. We need to band together as Canadians and to be very clear in what we're facing, and to know what our advantages are and be clear in those advantages and not let ourselves be distracted by all of the other noise. We need to stick together and support our Prime Minister because he is the person that we need at this time, and he is going to do the best that he can for us with this kind of a threat. And again, we've got 3 more years. So I'm resolute, and I'm not going to let it get me down. We're going to just keep calm and Carney on, as they say.